Hi everybody, High Tech Legion. Eric here with Peter from Qualcomm talking about their new streaming technology.
Okay, so StreamBoost is really a technology for home routers that applies new traffic shaping rules and traffic ideas to make your home experience for multiple users just great for everybody. And that is a shortcoming today of today's routers in the home. What we have today is in this room we have lots of different endpoints, probably more complicated than your typical home. And if you can see the screen up here, you can see all the multitude of endpoints that we have here. Now, the typical end user doesn't really want to or need to see this interface. This interface is more to give the idea of what we have going on here. In fact, that we have a very difficult problem to solve, but at the end of the day, everything will be done for the end user through decisions that we make with the router. So the end user doesn't really ever have to come to this interface, but this displays kind of what's going on. If you were to look at all the things that are going on here, you can see lots of different types of devices. We have Android devices, we have set-top box type devices. And what I have here specifically is this XPS 15L, who's doing an 11 AC connection. So you can see that he's running a 11 AC connection, running YouTube, which is probably about 1.5 megabit connection to our router here. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing to note that another attribute of our router, just from a communication standpoint, is that he's running YouTube, so you can come to the interface and actually see that he's running YouTube. There's hundreds of applications that he can run, and we'll detect and show and apply policies so that they won't get into the way of other applications that are running. Okay? Another attribute of the StreamBoost router.
It's a white house.
As you said, the idea of the router too is that when you have multiple devices, those same devices compete for the traffic in the home. And then what we do is we apply policies so that they can all coexist well. One of the things we do that's really important is that we detect devices and device types. And if there are specific device types like boxy boxes that we know are streaming devices, we'll prioritize those higher. PCs are kind of in the middle. And then we also have, and then every device has a 1 through n priority, so that we can, when we get to the situation, if we get to a situation where we have to figure out who gets higher priority and who gets lower priority, we can do it by device. So if you're a working dad at home and you want your PC to be the most important, you can put him at the top of the list. If you have, say, maybe a media room, and you want your media device to be the highest priority, you can put him on the top of the priority. And then so you can see the priority list. Now the other thing is the end user doesn't ever have to come to the screen either, because we will make those decisions for the end user. But if he wants to tweak the system, then we have this screen where you literally can just move devices up and down the priority list. Okay? So probably the last thing is a little more, again, to the side of what is going on. We capture stats and keep stats of what are all the different applications running in your home. We can do this by, as you see at the bottom, the different applications that are running, and then the amount of time that we're spending in each application relative to each other. Right, and so this machine is running Steam, so obviously he's up and running and running the whole time. And we got a whole bunch of YouTube, you see some streaming, you see some email, you see lots of different things that are going on in this room that we're capturing the stats on. Okay, and again, we don't, this is one of those things too that when we capture devices, we capture applications. You can envision also in our future releases what we're going to do, like with ways to control, what do they call it? Am I blanking? Parental controls, parental controls type of thing, where you literally can see if my son was gaming, all the time, and we can actually go to different screens. But this is really one of those things that it's really kind of ugly, but it kind of gives you an idea in time how long somebody has been doing something. We can actually apply rules.
So you can say like during 2:30 and 5 they can't use Steam or something like that, so because they have to be doing their homework.
Right. So we are capturing all those stats so that we can then, for parental controls, we can actually place rules. Exactly as you said, right? And so one is either informational or literally then we can put in controls to say you just can't block them out during those times. If they're supposed to be doing homework, you're not on Steam or you're not on game, right? And these are, and again, this is Steam. A whole plethora of games are also specifically detected. Call of Duty, Team Fortress 2, those types of things.
Thank you.
Awesome.